I appreciate you having me on. In fact, it's interesting over the last few years, some of the best people I know have been a part of the iHub ecosystem. I mean, it's really been phenomenal. The caliber and quality people who've been attracted to all the uh, iHub pursuits. So it's a pleasure to be on here. This is not about me. Some of you are like, who is this dude, this wannabe Tom Brady looking guy on my Zoom? Well, listen, I'm a dad. I'm a father of four. I got a beautiful wife. I got a dog. I run a number of traditional companies and businesses and a not-for-profit charity. And like many of you, I'm just super busy. I mean, the last couple of years, I've been literally working 15-hour days, 7 days a week, trying to be a good husband, father. And my dear friend, John McKillop, who's the managing partner of this idea, called me about 7, 8 months ago and was just trying to get me to take a look at his next venture. And I'm like, John, I love you, but man, I'm open to opportunity, but I just have no bandwidth. And it was actually my wife who's like, honey, that's John. You love him. Just take a look. I think it was her way of saying, I want to see you even less than I already do. So I took a look and man, just fell in love with this idea. And I think you will as well. So I'm just going to run through it at a high level. I'm confident you're going to love some aspect of this presentation as we go through what exactly Tranzact Card and our fintech financial ecosystem is really all about. And I'll just let the cat out of the bag, friends. I'm going to show you two main things here the next 15 minutes. Number one, we're going to show a way for every household in America to double their buying power, legit double their buying power. That usually captivates a lot of people's interests. And then we'll show you an optional financial opportunity that has really blown a lot of us away. And it was compelling enough for me and a lot of other high quality, high character people to say, yes, I want to be a part of this. So let's jump right in. We're going to start off talking about banking. You're probably like, banking, Eric. And by the way, thanks. You guys were so nice when I'm jumping on, but I realize you're saying hi to Eric Z, not Eric A. That's fine. I'm the lesser Eric. But let's start talking about banking. And you're like, bro, I didn't get on a presentation about banking. What's fun about banking? Well, nothing. Okay, but as entrepreneurs, we know that trends are our friends. And what you'll see with Tranzact Card, we're not only going to disrupt the way people think about banking, but also e-commerce, charitable giving, fundraising, a whole slew of behemoth industries. But specifically to banking, if you kind of look at the evolution of banking, again, the trends are our friends as entrepreneurs, going from the brick and mortar banks. I think Rick was actually around during the barter system days, but now we're into the internet banking and mobile banking. The big buzzword that you're going to hear more and more about is this idea of FinMo banking or financial momentum banking. And simply all that means is showing people a way to take a dollar and stretch its value as far as possible within a financial ecosystem. And that's what Tranzact Card is. It's a secure, high-tech, fintech financial ecosystem. So what are we trying to do? You see this green Visa debit card right here. Our goal is to get this into millions and millions, I think tens of millions, but conservative millions of households in the next few years. And when somebody gets a Tranzact Card, they are going to go through a federal KYC, know your customer, tightly regulated process, and they're going to set up an FDIC insured checking account with one of our community banking partners. We don't mess with the big banks, big regional banks. We get right down to the community banks and uplift those. Okay, we got Visa marked right on here. If you know what it's like to get Visa's approval, that's not an easy task. And then the next question you're asking, because I asked the same thing, is why would I use this card? I mean, I got all these other credit cards. I don't understand the airline miles algorithms anymore, or the hotel credits or the other reward points. Why would I use that card? And here's why. Every time you go and swipe this card, you get a one-to-one dual currency within our financial ecosystem. We call ours Z-Bucks. It's not a crypto. Think of it like a coupon. Okay, there's no overdraft fees on this card. You link your Tranzact Card FDIC insured community checking account with your primary account. You can transfer as little or as much as you want. 20 bucks, 200 bucks, it doesn't matter. Okay, you can do an ACH transfer, you can do an e-check, you can do an instant debit card pull, and you just start loading that sucker. And then you go out and you start swiping it. Let's say you have $70 worth of gas. You use your Tranzact Card, you get 70 Z-Bucks. Eric Z, he loves to get his fruity Frappuccino every morning at Starbucks, $8. Now he gets 8 Z-Bucks. You go to Costco, you pay your utility bill, you do whatever, date night. use your Tranzact card, you get a 1-to-1 ratio in Z-Bucks. And now the biggest question of them all is, what can I do with a Z-Buck? Please make it make sense. Friends, we are building our very own e-commerce platform. By the time we officially launch in November in Las Vegas, we will have at least millions, and our founders, Richard and Peter, say we'll have tens of millions of product SKUs, all the name brand stuff you're used to seeing. The difference here is we're going to use all those same e-commerce rails that Amazon, the other big boys, have developed the last 10, 20 years, but we're not going to do the 3X, 5X, 12X markup. Okay, we're going to bake in a little tiny margin. We're going to drop ship those items right to you. We're going to pay those suppliers cash immediately. They don't have to wait 90 to 120 days. We're a closed loop ecosystem, so we get that same great pricing they give to everybody else. But then we're going to allow you to use Z-Bucks to buy those items down, usually around 50% or even more. So you see a $100 pair of your favorite tennis shoes. They're $100 on this platform, Foot Locker, Z Club. But here you get to use 50 Z-Bucks to bring the price of that exact same item down $50 or 50%. Really powerful stuff, right? I mean, that trumps and transcends really all my other credit cards put together. The best one I have gives me 3.5% cash back, assuming I remember to pay it off at the end of the month, or my wife does. Otherwise, we get whacked with 22.9% interest. So off that one purchase right there, think of the value. But let's get down to the real power of this. I mean, we live in the most prosperous country in the history of the world, and half of our population is barely making it through the end of the month. Think about that. So get down to the single mom. Use those Z-Bucks to get diapers, to get formula, get those other things that you really want and need. And how did you get those Z-Bucks? All you did was went out and swiped and bought the things you were going to buy anyway. We get a lot of questions. Is this going to be like generic knockoff stuff from overseas? No, it's all the same name brand stuff that you expect and want to see. You just get to use Z-Bucks to bring the price down. But to make it really fun and engaging, we've already started having lots of these flash sales. Flash sales are first come, first served, except your cash isn't good here. It's Z-Bucks only. Maybe the company buys a bunch of Ray-Ban sunglasses or Louis Vuitton or Nike bag or Oyo computer bag, whatever. And you see it, use all Z-Bucks, you get it, you pay a little bit of shipping and handling, usually $7, $9, you get those items. Again, we've already started having these. In fact, you see those Power Beats Pro, you see the Nike duffel bag, you see the Oyo computer bag, that retails for like $129, all Z-Bucks. I got all those that are right here in the hotel room already. I think we just did an electric scooter. We did a PlayStation, Xbox, something or other today. I was coaching baseball, so I missed out on that one. But my what I'm most excited about is I love to travel. I love to world school my kids. Imagine if we can show people a way to swipe their way to their next vacation. Have a flash sale, except call it a Z Club trip. Imagine we contracted one of the largest boats in, let's say, Norwegian Cruise Line. This is hypothetical, Eric, not that it's going to go live in a week or two, maybe, maybe not. I'm just putting it out there, but we're going to fill that whole boat up. And the only way you get on there is with Z-Bucks. Maybe use 650 Z-Bucks to get an interior cabin all the way up to 18,000 Z-Bucks. You can fight me, Eric, and the other guys over those. There's only a few of those on the boat. All Z-Bucks. We're going to fill that sucker up next summer. We are a social impact enterprise. One thing you love about Richard and Peter Rancy is, they really want to be a global force for good. We want to enhance financial literacy. So everybody that has a Tranzact card is also going to have their own Power Save account that's going to grow and compound over time. You'll be able to add to this just by engaging the ecosystem. The only thing that's really your own money is if you choose to do the optional Tranzact Up feature. Those of you familiar with Acorn, Chime, some of those apps, you can round each purchase up to the nearest whole dollar, put that difference into your Power Save account. We want you to go use those Z-Bucks on the Z Club. For every 100 Z-Bucks you use on the Z Club, $1 to $2 cash goes into your Power Save account. And then my favorite one's the Tranzact Back feature, where we partnered up with a lot of our favorite retailers, restaurants, fine dining places. Let's say maybe you go to Olive Garden, you have a $100 bill, you decide to use your Tranzact card, you get 100 Z-Bucks. Let's say we have a 3% cash back agreement with Olive Garden. In that scenario, $3 cash goes into your Power Save account. Imagine over time all the nest eggs we can provide for more and more Americans. Yes, we'll go international later. Right now, we're just focused on our country and the U.S. territories. Here's what makes it a no-brainer. It's $25, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this Zoom live, You get the Eric Allen money back guarantee. If you don't love your Tranzact card, I will personally give you $25 back. Eric Z might even throw in 10 or $20. I don't know. But get a Tranzact card. It's 25 bucks. Okay, you get all those benefits I talked about. As soon as you make your first swipe, it could be for 50 cents. You're going to get 500 Z bucks loaded into your account. You can use those on the flash sales, the cruise, whatever. And if you join before November 12th, you will never, ever, ever have to pay any kind of membership renewal fee. Otherwise, you join after that, it's going to be $5 a month or $47.50 annually, and then you get another 500 Z bucks. But you'll never have to worry about that if you get involved in the near future. And if you join before our official launch, November 12th, we're going to double your Z bucks on every purchase starting now until November of 2024. Believe it or not, people like myself and others literally have tens and tens of thousands of Z bucks. Once we officially launch, customers, Tranzact card members, we call you, TCMs, you'll be able to refer others, friends, family. It's funny, you know, I swipe this thing, you know, multiple times a day. People are like, what is that card? I'm like, hey, it's a way to double my buying power. Well, how can I get one? So every time you refer somebody after official launch, you get another 500 Z bucks as often as you decide to share. All right, so talking about our distribution system, we talked about TCMs or Tranzact card members and their referrals. This next part, we're going to talk about the financial opportunity, becoming your own digital branch office. It might be for you, it might not. I think for a lot of you, it will. That coincides with our national influencers who we've contracted with some of the top influencers, celebrities, athletes, entertainers you can imagine. And the next few thousand people who join get to benefit from that as well. All right. So if you want to own your own digital branch office, it's $495 one time. And then it's $150 per month. Our goal is to be able to call this a legal franchise by the time we officially launch. So think of those as your franchise fees. The $150 a month does not start until November. The first question is, how do I get that money back? How can I, cover my overhead, if you will? And you'll hear a lot about the power of three. Okay, you sponsor three others who also want to own their own digital branch office. You get a $500 rebate, and you're never going to pay the $150 a month. So everybody that joins in the near future, you literally got 4 months to partner up with three other visionaries and entrepreneurs who want to be a part of this with us. Here's the screen I want everybody to pay attention to, because if this really clicks for you, I promise you're going to have bags under your eyes like I do, because you're not going to sleep. I mean, seriously. I remember where I was at. It was a little over 10 years ago. I was at this huge business conference, and they were talking about social media and social networking. And I didn't really get all that, but I remember turning to my business partners. John McKillop was there, actually, our managing director. And I said, you know what, guys, you know what the holy grail of entrepreneurship would be? If somebody can ever figure out a way for us to get paid each and every time the people in our communities, the people in our networks are out there buying those everyday items that they want or have to pay for multiple times a day, every single day for the rest of their lives. The gas, the groceries, the utility bills, Netflix, your apps, your gym membership, date night, Starbucks, whatever. If we can get paid every single time people make a transaction, that will be a game changer. That'll change the game. And because of our relationship with the community banks and Visa, we're able to pay out those interchange fees throughout 10 generations of digital branch offices. That's collectively your digital branch community. On average, it's 10 to 20 basis points. Think about it. That's 0.001, 0.002 off every single transaction. That might not seem like a lot to some of you, but think about this. Is it possible there could be tens of millions of people that get a Tranzact card? I think so. Okay. And every single time a swipe happens, if this card is linked back to your digital branch office some way, you're making 6 cents here, 8 cents here, 22 cents here, 32 cents here, 50 cents here, cash every single time they decide to swipe that card. I promise you, if that clicks for you, you're going to be jumping up and down and just like literally beating down these guys' door and find out how to sign up. Talked about the power of three. Those interchange fees get paid throughout up to 10 generations of digital branch offices. So we got a lot of networkers, entrepreneurs, business owners on this presentation. Go sponsor 3 other DBOs, 10 DBOs, 20 DBOs. They're sharing with others. They're bringing in their own customer base. Okay, I bring in Eric. Eric brings in Rick. Rick brings in Fabian. Fabian brings in Max. Max brings in 50 Tranzact card members. Every time those 50 swipe, we're all getting paid off those interchange fees. Really exciting stuff. So right now you can capture as much market share as you want. I always like to end it. Hey, you just get back with the person that advised you. I know Eric and these guys are going to kind of bring it home. We'd love to invite you into this special movement that we're building. I will tell you right now, I just want good people. I've just realized the hard way in life, if you don't get the right people on board, a great movement, it's never going to reach its potential. I don't even personally care if you're going to be a big builder or not. Just be a good human being. Strive to be a better one. I mean, everything rises and falls on leadership. We got a simple system. I've never seen so many people. I'm talking people who've never had any success in a home-based business. They didn't bring in one customer. They didn't bring in one business partner. We have people getting their first three, getting the $500 checks, essentially have a free business, bringing in lots and lots of Tranzact card members in the months and years ahead. It's really, really exciting to see, because at the end of the day, our truth is good enough. And here's the obvious disclaimer. Guys, we're in pre-launch right now. We've gone literally from myself to about 8,000 digital branch offices with thousands and thousands of Tranzact card members in about 90 to 120 days. We officially launched November 12th. If you want everything to be perfect, if you want to see tens of millions of product SKUs in the Z Club today, now's not the time to join. It's not. I mean, just join later. Just become a Tranzact card member. If you are one of those unique people that can see it first in their minds in order to see what's going to manifest in the near future and long term, if you want to be at the right place at the right time, if you want to have a voice, if you want to help co-create a culture and a legacy we can all be proud of, I would say absolutely, we would invite you to consider being one of our digital branch offices. So Eric, I just appreciate you having me on, brother, and hope I didn't screw things up too bad. But as you can tell, I'm excited. I'm passionate about this. I'm literally having more fun than I've had in a long, long time. I really thought I was out of the relationship marketing game, but thanks to Tranzact Card, I mean, we're just attracting amazing servant leaders literally from all walks of life. We have 18-year-olds crushing it. My 20-year-old who's seen dad do some crazy stuff throughout his lifetime. He's like, Dad, I'm doing that thing with you. I mean, I got like 12 banking apps on my phone. Every time I download one, they give me like $20 in my account. I tell my buddies at college about it. They drop some more money in there. We got 92-year-olds that are looking for something. And it's been really interesting, fascinating. I feel like there's this void out there where people are like hungry. They want to believe in something again. They got one more run in them. Maybe they've never tried a home-based business. And it's like, man, this just makes sense. So we'd love for you to consider aligning your reputation and your gifts with us as we go out and really, really change the world one swipe at a time. God bless you. Thanks for having me on.